Good morning, it's Yalc day, we're off, we're on our way to Yalc. It's 8:30 in the morning, it's a beautiful blue sky, cold day here in London. All of the transport links are down to get to Olympia, where Yalc is, so I've decided to walk, which is perfect because the weather agrees with me, and I'm going to stop at my local bakery, or my favourite bakery, which is actually on the way, and it's going to be delicious. Not nutritious, but delicious, and it'll take me about an hour to get there, but I think it's going to be a lovely walk and it's nice to see a little bit of sunshine, because otherwise I'll be inside all day at XL and then it will be dark. Not XL, Olympia, and then it will be dark. So let's go to Yalc. Hello, good morning. So, part 2 of this weekend vlog. So yesterday was the Yalc day, and I will show you my Yalc haul collection. I didn't get loads, but I got a few. But for right now, our cozy plans have been disrupted. So my intention for today was that we were gonna I was maybe gonna do some filming, I was gonna be at home, doing all the cozy activities and regrouping after being overly social yesterday, and reading and just cooking some nice food, being cozy. But this has been disrupted because yesterday after Yalc I had a journey from home that was awful. I feel like I should have just walked, and that would have been quicker than trying to take public transport and be safe. I didn't want to walk because obviously it was dark then, so I was like, I'll get the bus. All the buses, one arrived out of service, another one arrived, it did a couple of stops, then it went out of service. So the third time lucky I managed to get on a bus all the way home. But I was like, by the time I've done this, I could have just walked. So anyway, I got home and I was like, I'm knackered, tired, let's just have some nice food. So I started cooking dinner, and I have injured myself. If you're squeamish, then maybe I'll put a timestamp of when you could come back. But yeah, I cut quite a chunk of my finger off. So I didn't go get it looked at last night because I was tired. I already was put my pajamas on, and I didn't want to go out again, and so I just got my partner to wrap it up, and then we put a fresh one on after dinner. But I think it might need stitches. I think it needs looking at, because there was definitely some finger on the chopping board, and that finger should have been on my finger. The cozy plans have been very much disrupted by my incompetence at chopping some vegetables. So I will now be going to urgent care to get this looked at, which I don't know how long that's going to take. This is not how I wanted to spend my Sunday. I was channeling normal November energy, and this is not normal November energy that I was after. This is disruptive energy. I already went to this place in October when I was ill, and now I'm going back. Before this year, I don't think I'd ever been to an urgent care A&E, and now I'm going 3 times in a year. Anyway, I will go see them, and I will see what they will say. Maybe they'll just say I'm doing the right thing with having it all completely wrapped up, but I just looked at it and it's not very pretty. It is not very pretty at all. So maybe it needs a professional to work some magic on it.
I still need to recover from another lover. Would you be here for me? Never met your parents, not even your mother, but let's see where this leads. What should we do tonight?
Right, hello. This vlog has been a little bit of a fail because of my cozy Sunday getting quite disrupted. So I didn't really film that much yesterday. The intention was for this to be a weekend reading vlog. I guess that's what it will still be. It will just be a little bit shorter than originally intended, with less coziness mixed in. So my update on how things went yesterday, I think is okay. I think I'll survive. It's all been checked out, it's all been cleaned, it's all been looked after. Just gonna have to keep it clean because it's not very pretty to look at. It's okay, it should heal. And I also had like a tetanus jab as well, so I just feel as though 99% of me is fine, and then I have this like little 1% here, and then I've got this like slightly sore arm from a fresh tetanus jab. But it was an okay experience at urgent care. Like, it was fine. It was fine. It was okay, I made it. But it did, you know, disrupt the flow of the day a little bit. But at least I got my steps in because I decided to walk there and back. So I did do a little bit of exercise, and then I got home and I finished editing my Spookopoly vlog, which you should have now seen. It took me a little while to get that like edited and all finished. So it's a bit delayed, but will have gone up before this video, so you should hopefully have seen that if you want any of my thoughts for the books that I read in October, all the exciting things that I got up to. Well, I went to Dublin, that was an exciting thing, and then I was ill, so all of those exciting things and all the books that I read, the limited number of books, but the books that I read, that's all in there. I finished off editing that and put in lots of clips from editing Abby to try and like make things make sense, because obviously what I filmed when I was ill did not make loads of sense. So I did that, and then I took a nap. And then I finished binging Selling Sunset. So it wasn't really, there was moments of coziness. I mean, the nap and Selling Sunset, that was definitely cozy, but it wasn't really like the vibes that I was after. But it was the vibes that happened, because Selling Sunset is just so addictive, like so addictive, that show. So other things that I need to wrap up. I haven't really shown you what I've been reading that much in this vlog. So on the Saturday I finished Redawn, which is the third Skyward novella. So I finished that, which is quite positive, that I'm making progress through that series. So that means that I can now start Cytonic, which is in the plans for this month. We'll see if I get there, but because my reading's been a little bit slow this month, it's been a bit disrupted. So I finished finally Redawn. I guess I had a bit of not a dodgy experience with that book, because I started it, read like the first half of it, then I realised I was going back to my parents, and so I was like, I need to take a fresh book with me, otherwise I'm going to finish this and then have nothing else to read for the weekend, or I'd have to take 2 books. So I put it down, read The Final Strife, which I loved, absolutely loved that book, and then I went back to read the final 100 pages of Redawn, and then I struggled a little bit to get back into it, but overall I enjoyed Redawn and enjoying the Skyward series, so positive news all round. And then I started the most like hyped book that there is for the second half of this year, Iron Flame. I've started this, I am not too far in, I'm like 84 pages in currently as of filming. Maybe I'll have finished this by the time I upload this video, we shall see, but this is where I am at. Slow progress, but at least I had an engaging read for being at the hospital, so positive news here. So far so good, easy to get back into this, and I do love how like this standard edition has such nice artwork. And weirdly enough, I left the hospital, obviously I've been reading the book when I was there, and got to the bus stop, I was walking past this bus stop, and there was a girl at the bus stop with the book, and I could tell it was a book because I could see the end pages, and she was like a lot further along than me, and I was like, the book is everywhere. The book is everywhere. So that's my like reading update. Obviously, no spoilers for this as it's still early days, but progress over here, and I will let you know my full thoughts in my November wrap up. Then wrapping up Yalc. So the other thing that I failed to wrap up on, and now I'm coming at you on Monday evening after work to wrap up the whole weekend. So Yalc, right. I picked up a few books. I picked up a few books at Yalc. I had a really fun day. It was so fun. I had multiple friends that were there that I saw, a couple of them with channels, so I link their channels down below. So I'd arranged with my friend Sophia and Brittany that I was gonna go, and we were gonna go on the Saturday, and then I hang out with both of them, as well as Philippa, who I didn't realise was gonna be there, but we had such a fun day, like walking around all the different stalls, the different stands, going to some of the talks, going to some of the signings, just in general hanging out, having a very fun bookish day. Very, very fun bookish day, I would say. It was great to be just like fully in the book world. So what did I get? I got a few tote bags, which I've actually already put away in my tote bag collection bag. But I did get a couple of books. I picked up the Battle Drum. So in the week leading up to Yalc, I was reading The Final Strife because I realised this was going to be my third time meeting Zara, and I still hadn't read her book, and I was like, I'm going to have to read this book because I can't meet her for the third time without having like read her book. So I read her book and I really enjoyed it. And then I realised my copy was already signed. So I was like, well, I will buy the Battle Drum there. So that's what I did. I bought the Battle Drum. I bought it in the Waterstones there, and it was already signed. And I was like, but I'm going to a signing to get this signed, but it's already signed. So she just personalised it. And I'm really looking forward to diving into this one soon. Don't know when. Probably in like 2024, I think. Like probably not this year. But I felt like it was the perfect opportunity to buy it and get it signed at the same time. And now I know that I like the series, I'm feeling very excited to continue on. And then I think the third book comes out next year. And I just love Zara. I really want to be her friend. Like, I just feel like every time I see her, she is so fun and bubbly. And I then also bought for myself the Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. So they had some special editions there, and I was like, you are coming home with me right now. I need you in my life. So I regretted not getting the Forbidden Planet special edition, and every time I saw this book in stores I was like, oh, but it doesn't have the sprayed edges, and I was like, I know I'm going to pick this up, I know I'm going to pick it up to read it, because I loved the Bone Season original edition when I read it back in 2015, like a long time ago. So I knew that when I planned to do my reread, and I've been delaying doing that until more books in the series came out, but I knew I wanted this book, and I was just hesitant to buy it when I couldn't get a nice sprayed edged edition. So when I saw this, I was like, it's mine. I ran. I was like, this is mine. I'm having it. I need it. I was just like, it's a sprayed edge. It has to come home with me. So I guess I do know I need to meet Samantha Shannon again so I can get this one signed, because she has signed my original Bone Season. Very excited to dive into this and see how much I enjoy it now, probably like 10 years after originally reading it. And then I've got like a couple of bookmarks. I think there's another bookmark in here, another bookmark. So a few new bookmarks. I did win an ARC of Black Shield Maiden by Willow Smith and Jess Hendel. I'm not too sure about this one. I don't know if I am personally going to read it. Yeah, the premise sounds interesting. I think it's like Vikings meets African culture in a fantasy world. So that does sound interesting. But the reviews on Goodreads for this are very, very low. I feel like those were reviewed in like the beginning of 2022. So I'm guessing that this has been like re-edited since then. But then also, I don't know how I feel about this being like well, it's obviously not quite a ghostwriter because she's on the cover, but it is like a ghost-written book because Willow Smith is hardly going to be writing the book herself. So I don't know how I feel about this one. I'll keep it for now, but it wouldn't be my first choice of advanced copy. I was really interested in the new Catherine Arden book, but I didn't get that one. I want this one instead. But yeah, it comes out May 2024, so we shall see. I have got a like snippet, first chapter of A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. This is one of her new fantasy romances, I believe. I've read quite a few of Danielle L. Jensen's books. I am probably excited to read this one. I think I would still need to continue working on the Bridge Kingdom series first, and I don't really know how I feel about a chapter sampler. I'd rather just have the whole book, but I also got this, and I think that's it. Oh, there's a badge, a little sword catcher badge. Yeah, oh, another badge. I've got another badge. So a couple of badges, but that's it. So I feel like I was quite restrained. I did quite well at not going too overboard with my book buying. So I guess we'll leave it there, and let me know if you went to Yalc or if you enjoy this sort of cozy vlog that went a bit wrong. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my future videos. Bye.